factoring by using a quadratic form. So x to the fourth minus 2x squared minus 8. I'm going to put, I think 3 lines means equivalent. We're going to call that equivalent to a squared minus 2a minus 8. So all I did is I am calling a is x squared. I'm kind of substituting a in for all the x squareds. And then this is something I can do a lot with from chapter 5. So my gut is always to factor. So I'm looking at the factors of negative 8 that add up to negative 2, which is going to be minus 4a and plus 2a. And I just keep factoring. So I'm going to go by parts. So I look at the first two terms, factor an a out, that's a minus 4. This has to be a minus 4. So to turn it back in, it's going to be 2. So it is a plus 2 times a minus 4. But a is not just a, it's actually x squared. So now I'm going to go back and redo that, or undo my substitution. It's going to look like that. So here, you need to think, can I factor these things anymore? Well, x squared plus 2, so you're looking at factors of 2 that add up to 0. There are no factors of positive 2 that add up to 0. So first thing is done. The second one, are there factors of negative 4 that add up to 0? And there are. So like I said, the first binomial ain't going to change. But the second one's going to become x minus 2, x plus 2. And what you could do is you could do your work over here, x squared minus 4. It's actually going to be x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 4. And it's going to turn into that second set of binomials. So that's the factored form of that beast. Kind of did the same thing over here. Changed all the x squareds to a's and started solving it. One quick thing you can, as like a tip, if you get a minus in there, like I did up here, there's a better chance you'll be able to factor it. Okay, with minus 5, factors of negative 5 that add up to 0 or some weird decimal, so don't even bother with it. But that's what I got for those two.